Hoo-wee, what's going on YouTube? Is Donnie B all day. So I'm coming at you guys with a little something different, I see people all the time making these goofy videos on the best steel for this and the best steel for that. Oh, the best, there's always a best. No, there's not, there's never a best. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about what's the best steel for defensive knife fighting, like self protection, right? So if you need a defensive blade, obviously this one is a D-bad. This is homemade. I made this one. This is all me. Derek Pontier's inside the window giving me the horns. So obviously this is a D-bad knife, right? And I'm going to use this one, which is 1085 high carbon. So we have high carbon. We have the Camillus kit that I did up, where I put on the scales, did a little nice kit on that. This is a stainless steel. So we have a high carbon, we have a stainless, another one of my own creations. This was my fighting knife, and not just any fighting knife, but it is aluminum. So an aluminum blade, right? And you can't test them all without testing plastic. We're gonna go with this cold steel. So what we wanna find out is when you're talking about defensive, that means you're not having a fight where people are swinging blades and clanging against each other. No, this is a defensive, uh-oh, better get Mako. I got to defend myself real quick. What is going to be the best, or is there a best steel of a better variety? Is carbon, is stainless, is aluminum, can plastic, can any of these be a viable option for self-defense? Well, I pretty much already know the answer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take some pork. We're going to use the old steel wheel cut jack, and we're going to open this guy up, and it's probably going to drip all over the place and stink. So we're going to use that, cut this open. This isn't going to be one of our testing knives, even though it could be. This cut jack is so sweet, but we're just going to open that up, get out this pork loin here. Oh, yummy. And as everybody knows, pork is a good substitute for skin. I lost my plastic bag that I had it sitting in, so I'm just going to sit it down, and we're going to use that pork, and we're going to give it a couple swats with some of these blades. Not this one. This one's going back in the old pocket. All right, so this is D2 by the way. D2, R2, D2. So let's do that. Let's take this pork loin and see if we can't use it as human muscle and figure out what we can do to it. So we're going to do two tests today. We are going to do a slashing test into the meat, and then we're going to use cardboard for penetration. And if anybody has ever had to stab a man, it happens. If anybody has ever had to stab a man, you are going to know that stabbing through cardboard is a lot like stabbing through flesh, except cardboard doesn't scream. And don't forget, School of Knife Throwing. Gotta be all day. All right, so let's start with some slashes into this. You can see the muscle and the fat and all that. This is literally, you peel the skin away from a human. This is exactly what it looks like, and I mean exactly. So what I want to do is I want to hit it with a slash. I think I might dangle it and just give it a quick once over. Oh wow. Okay, so I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't think I was going to lose a piece. I just wanted to cut into it. Apparently I cut too far. Stainless steel. Will it cut through you? Yes, it will. We're going to go high carbon steel. I just want to try and nick it. All right, so I'm not good at just nicking. So high carbon steel. Will it cut through you? Yes, it will. Let's go with aluminum. Now let's see if I can really nick it. Oh, that's another one. Where'd it go? There. Well, I caught it just at the bottom, and it took off the piece I was trying to hit. So there we go. That's a nick. So this is what it's going to look like. This is, look at that. It was connected here. That's your wound channel right there, guys. That's what happens when you swing aluminum. So will aluminum cut you? Yes, it will. Last but not least, it is the least actually, plastic. Can plastic, here you go, hello, can plastic cut through you? Yes, it can. So what do we know here? in defensive situations where you need some kind of knife to defend yourself, does it freaking matter what you are using? And the answer is no. It really doesn't matter. If I have plastic, look at that, nice little slice right there. If I have aluminum, another nice little slice right there. Look at that gap. If I have stainless, boom, right there, through all the hard white stuff right there. You can see that nice, maybe you can see it. I think I'm holding at a bad angle, but right there is a beautiful cut. And if I have high carbon, which I just peeled away and hit myself in the pants, which is going to leave a nice cut. It doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. Anything with an edge, I can sharpen a stick, literally sharpen a stick to an edge, and I can slice you with it. I can cut you up. So when people talk about, oh, well, you know, your fighting knife is garbage because it's made of this material rather than this material. Well, I just used aluminum and plastic, guys. Aluminum and plastic to do as devastating a cut as high carbon and stainless. As devastating a cut with two materials that knife snobs will balk at you all day about and tell you how they are useless and junk and garbage. Let me tell you something. Every single knife snob that has come to me on a channel talking about different steels, oh, that's 8CR13 MOV, oh, that's garbage. That's 420 HC, oh, that's garbage. You can never do anything with it, blah, 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 blah. Every single person that's decided to open their trap at me, not a single person has taken on my request. I said, then let me put one in the ribs for you. Let me stab you in the ribs, and you tell me if it's garbage. Not a single one, not one, out of every single person, every knife snob that has to talk about what steel is good, not a single one has taken me up on that and said, yeah, that won't cut me. No, not a single one. Now, if you're talking about batoning and chopping and things like that, are you going to use an aluminum or a plastic blade? Absolutely not. But I've used the cheapest of actual steels, of stainless steels. I've used lower grade high carbon steels. I've used steels from all ends of the earth to do these things, and not a single one couldn't do the tasks I was putting it through. And I would do an entire video of completing tasks, an entire video. I've just chopped with it, I cut with it, I sliced with it, I diced with it, I skinned with it, I freaking batoned with it. And you get these people that have the nerve, the audacity to come on and say, well, yeah, but you can't do that with that knife. I just did it. It's like literally people are that stupid. They're that hung up on their own misinformation that they're so dumb that they can't understand that if it's a knife, it's a knife. That's it. Oh, that cheap steel will never do exactly what you just did with it. Well, ta-da! I just freaking did it. So let's do a little stab test over on the cardboard, and we'll see if any of these blades that I'm told can't do it can do it or can't do it. So let's start with, since it's closest to me, high carbon steel. And this is a nice round belly knife that I made. So got the little D-bad etched in there. So a round belly obviously isn't a stabber. All right, well, how do you like that? So high carbon knife steel. Can you stab with it? A-okay. All right, so let's go to stainless steel. The two that we know can stab, right? If this is a human skin, if I put the same pressure that I just put on this, it's going through. I just got jacked up. So stainless steel, can it stab? A-okay. All right, so moving on down the line. Grab them both. Let's go with aluminum. Can I stab you with an aluminum knife? Well, that should answer a couple questions. Okay, of course I can stab you with an aluminum knife. Why? Because it doesn't matter that it's aluminum. What it matters is it's a knife. Plastic. Can you take a plastic knife and absolutely gut an intruder? Bingo! Yeah, you can. And not only that, but I can twist it, turn it, make that beautiful wound channel right there that is not going to heal, all with a plastic knife. Look how many breaks I put in that there. Hope I didn't. It's a plastic knife, and it works. Why? Because contrary to popular belief, whatever these people tell you, whatever these knife snobs tell you, there is no such thing, A, as the perfect knife. There's no such thing, B, as the perfect steel. And there's no such thing as a perfect defensive knife. There's no such thing. Anybody who's going to feed you that tripe, that garbage, those lies, that bull crap, they are lying to you because they don't know. If somebody comes at you with all this wonderful knowledge and they break down what the molecular binding of the steel is, they are reading it out of a book and they don't know. And if they really, really have doubts, send them to me, send them to this video, and understand this, knife snobs. If you think that you cannot bleed out by getting stabbed with a plastic knife, please, I will put it on video for all to see, you signing a waiver saying, I am allowing some mental case named D-Bag to stab me with a plastic knife in the name of science. Not one of you are going to take me up on it, but I'll tell you what, it's an open invite. I will use a plastic knife and send you to the l'hôpital, right? You are going to need stitches. All you have to do is sign a waiver. Man, let me tell you something. If you are not knife fighting like a sword fight where you guys are clanging blades together, if this is something where somebody's trying to take something from you and you have to do that, somebody's got their hands around your neck and you can reach for whatever you need to defend yourself, not offense, defense. If you need to defend yourself, if you have this in your pocket while somebody is choking you, this is attached to your keys, and you give it a little up thrust right there, this is going nowhere. It's not going to break. It's not going to break on you. This isn't going to leave your hand. This isn't going to not do the trick. This is going to work. This is going to absolutely work. Right here, forget about it. All you got to do is put a quick little thrust, forget about it. You slash an arm, forget about it. Guys, don't listen to knife snobs. Don't listen to them. If you are new to knife being, you're a new knife guy and you're saying, man, I really love this knife and blah, 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 and I want to show it off. And then some guy comes on your page and says, oh, you're stupid. You bought crap. You didn't know what you're doing. Oh, you're giving false information. You're telling people that's a good knife. Let me tell you something. If it's a good knife, it's a good knife. It doesn't matter what it's made of. All that matters is it works. And I know what I made this knife for. I didn't make this knife for a camp knife. I made this knife as a personal defense knife. It's fast, it's light, it's aluminum, it's thin, it's sharp. That's all that matters. As long as it has an edge, I know that hitting here breaks, not here. This will not break hitting this. I guarantee it. So every knife has a purpose. These two right here can pretty much be used for anything. I could use these two knives for anything. This thing, I pretty much have used for everything. I've taken this one camping with me. This little knife right here, my little curled up fat leaf shaped blade, this thing works, man. This thing works. It's comfortable, it's sharp, it works. It's high carbon and it's lovely. This one right here, I've used all around here. I've never taken this on a camp trip, but I have used it all around here. I've used it outside. I've videoed it, everything. This knife is a little go-getter. It's awesome. Stainless steel, high carbon steel, they both do the whole job and nothing but the job. But everything I need this to be able to do, it's able to do. I did a video on this knife displaying what this knife could do. And it's aluminum. It's aluminum. That's it. This knife, I did a video on this knife displaying what it could do. Is it a great knife? No. But can I use it? Yes. Would it serve a single purpose? Yes. Is it going to be a knife I could use for anything other than the purpose it's built for? No. I could open letters with it, sure. But this thing is not useless. It is not useless. As a slasher and a stabber, it is not freaking useless, meaning there is no right way, there is no wrong way to swing a knife blade. As long as it's hitting your target, the knife blade will work. So, guys, please, for the love of bladeisms, that's a new word, do not listen to knife snobs. There is no such thing as the perfect steel. There's no such thing as the perfect knife. All that matters is that it does what you need it to do when you need it to do it. That's it. Point blank, pure and freaking simple. I'm not out here selling anything. I'm not out here trying to change the world's views on anything. I'm just telling you that I wouldn't want any of these going through my ribs. Point blank. I wouldn't want any of these going through my ribs. And you wouldn't want these going through your ribs either. That is a freaking guarantee. And I can guarantee you this, they can go through your ribs. They absolutely 100% can go straight through without a problem. So, this is it. That's that. I got the dog staring at my pork loins. Hey, get out of there. He got busted. I'm Donnie P all day. Until next video.